Right, folks, this is it. Day 5 of the CPC training. I've been doing this course all week. I've been doing a different one every day. We've been doing them online because of the lockdown. The firm that I'm with, who I've got to say at the end of it, were brilliant. They were really, really good. I'm hopefully going to roll it out so that even when all this is over, it's very interesting when all this is over, how many people, when they turn around and go, "Would you want to renew the lease on your offices?" Turn around and go, "Don't need them anymore. We've got Zoom. We've got Zoom, we've got laptops, we've got trainers in their bedrooms, they can do all this. Don't need the overheads anymore, things are changing." But anyway, so today, so the CPC training, we did road traffic law and enforcement. Geezer I had today, geezer called Mike, brilliant, real nice guy, absolute card. He's the same instructor I had on day one, so I've had 3 separate instructors. I've worked out the way this firm works is they've got 7 different instructors, maybe 20 people on the course at any one time, so that's like 140 people a day. And what they do is, day 1, they all do road traffic law enforcement. Day 2, they might all do driver's hours. Day 3, health and safety. And it just keeps rolling on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know which day, they know which course is running by which day it is. So if you don't want to do them all on the bounce, you can do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next week you might have to do Tuesday and Thursday or something like that to work out where the days roll in. But they'll sort that one out for you. Like I say, very, very good firm. Things I missed out the first. There's an app to get on your phone. It's called Daily Defects, because you normally have to. If you've got you've got above a 3.5 ton van, you need to do a defect sheet. You do your walk round in the morning. Look at. You should all do this in a normal van anyway. Check your tyres, check your lights, check your brake lights, make sure that everything's working. Check your hazards, check your horn, if you can, depending on sometimes you can't pop. You're on too early, and if there's any defects, you don't go without it. If you're on the road, you get a defect, you can write it on a defect sheet, which means when you get back, it's got to be sorted. And you can get that on your phone now. You don't need to have a book. My day when I was running a 7.5 tonner, I had like a A4 exercise book. Any defects, I'd write them down, and then they get sorted. But now you can do that one on your phone, which is quite handy. Apparently, it's called the Daily Defects Android app, and it's got a little green truck on it. And I shall be downloading it after this video. Vapes are classed as an electronic device. I think we've done that one before. £2,500 fine. It tends to be more if you're in a commercial, I think, than if you're in. A lot of this stuff is educated is to do with people in commercials and people in heavy commercials, anything over 3.5 tons. So if you get caught vaping in a van of 3.5 ton, I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know if it's the same in your car. It's one of those things possibly where they could throw the book at you, but they're probably less inclined to. And a lot of the thing that runs through this is because we're considered professional drivers. If you're anything over 3.5 tons, you've got to have the CPC, you've got to do the extra driving course, then it's basically, you should know better. Pull over a 18-year-old in his car who's just passed his test and he's vaping, it's like, you can't do that, son. Pull over one of us, it's like, you've done the course, you know you can't do that, what are you playing at? If you've gone through the CPC and you want to check how it's going along, there's a thing you can do. If you type in line, check my driver CPC, there's a log in, it will tell you where you are with it at any one stage. I think I might have gone through that one before. Sometimes these people repeat themselves on the course. I'm just writing down salient points out of what I learned today. And like I say, this course goes on for 7 hours. There's a lot of information in there. I do these videos, it's going to last not much longer than 7 minutes. So I'm just going to give you bulletin points, give you a rough idea of what you're going to expect, and some of the things that sort of shone out at me. And I went, oh, I'm going to pass that one on. So the thing about this is all about compliance. So we're professional drivers. We should know what to do. Hang on, what's this? Yeah, they tell me if you come in a vehicle, they're basically, the DVSA is looking for. Well, they really want to make sure your tyres are good, your steering is good, and your brakes are good. If they're not good, they're going to issue what you call a PG9, which is park over there, and you've got 2 hours to sort it. And if you don't sort it, we're going to bring someone on to sort it out for you, and we're going to charge you for it. Then he did the 7 deadly sins, but unfortunately he hammered through them so quickly I didn't actually catch what they were. But certain things you really don't want to do. Don't exceed your working hours. Don't overload. Don't mess around with a tacho or take your tacho card out. There was a ton of them on there, but we kind of hammered through that bit because a couple of questions got. But I will maybe go back and try and find out what they are. Then we went through the courses. Who can have an impact on you today? It's the local authorities, where they can sort of, they've got their rules and regulations. Like lollipop ladies, presumably traffic wardens, stuff like that. That's going to hurt you. It's basically going to give you fines and stuff you up, really. Lollipop people have now got cameras. They're trying that one out, which I actually approve of, because I heard things like lollipop. They used to have a little black strip on the middle of the lollipop, which you could write down a number plate with a piece of chalk if someone goes over. But I've heard a lollipop rage. People driving at lollipop, people to trying to stop them. You think, hang on a second, they're getting your kids to school. But no, apparently they've now got cameras, so if you want to do something nasty, go through when they're on your head, be it like, you know. These cameras are built in the sticks, like, you know. Then of course we went on to the HMRC and what they can do. This is interesting. The fuel has got a signature. So if, for example, you decided to run on red diesel and you've done a tank of red diesel and you think, good, that's gone now, I'm going to put the kosher diesel back in, got away with that one. Red diesel basically will dye the inside of your tank red. So it doesn't matter, you know, you can run 20 tanks after it and they'll still know you've run it. There are apparently ways of washing it out, but if you get caught washing it out, then that's kind of a big fine, prison sentence and all that kind of stuff. So I don't bother myself, I just use the BP card. Then there's the Highways Agency, what they can do to you. Oh, there's a book you can buy, the Phillips Trucker Britain, which is £10 on Amazon, shows every single low bridge. Also, he said if you are going to be running in a truck, don't use Google Maps always. There's an app, I'm going to try it, I'm going to let you know how it goes. It's called Synergy or Cynic Truck Sat Nav. I've had it on my phone for ages, but I haven't used it. But it's free, and you can download all your sizes and stuff like that, because otherwise, and it has happened to me several times on ways, particularly, I mean, there's a place over in sort of Slough or Basildon way, it's got a really low railway bridge, and you go down there and you go, there's no way I'm getting under that. Not a hope in hell. So, and if I'm thinking of going bigger, I'm going to try and get myself used to this thing right now. I found that the DVSA, because I keep getting confused between the DVLA and the DVSA, is what used to be VOSA and the DSA put together. No, he said in the old days when it was VOSA, he said they tended to be older people and they tended to be more about educating you. No, you don't do it that way, son, you don't do it that way. Now it's apparently privately funded and it tends to be younger people and they're more likely to give you a fine than give you advice. And I suppose you can argue, well, now you've got to do the CPC thing. They don't have to advise you because you should know what you're doing. And I also do wonder if a lot of people have gone, how much of it is down to like keeping us tidy and keeping us straight and keeping us clean, and how much of it is down to nicking a few quid out of us, like, you know, so I don't know. But, you know, I can't comment on that one. Different types, you get two types of enforcement officer will come on you from the DVSA. One of them will come up to your cab and they'll be, right, let's see your tacho records, let's see your driving hours, let's see your working time hours. The other geezer, he's the bloke in all the high-vis orange stuff who's underneath the truck with the toffee hammer. He's the one banging on the nuts to make sure they ain't falling off, you know? So that's what to expect if you get a tug. Do you know it's not an arrestable offence for driving a car and truck without a licence? I could jump in a 44-tonne truck tomorrow without even having a driving licence, drive it down the road, and if I get a tug, they can't arrest me. They can fine me, take me to court, penalties, do me all kinds of other stuff, but they don't. You can't get nicked for it. That's not right. That's just crazy. Then we went through traffic. You're going to go through traffic signs, bit of highway code. Why is it triangular? Why is it round? Why is it square? This is interesting. The only sign that's not triangular, square, or circular is a stop sign. And stop signs apparently are octagonal. They've got 8 squares. And the reason for that is you can see, you'll know it's a stop sign even if it's been snowing. So if you drive down a road and there's a sign which is covered in snow, but it's an octagon, you still know it's a stop sign. Well, that's kind of cool. And where do we go? The DVLA, and then we got the DVLA, not the DVSA. I'm forever going to get that one confused. Things about driver qualification issues. We went through you're going to go through your driver's license, driver's card info, things on the back of it. If you need to drive, you need glasses to drive. Make sure you've always got 2 pairs of glasses on you at any one stage. Or if you've got contact lenses, 2 pairs of contact lenses, or contact lenses and a pair of glasses. Obviously, the reason being, you drive the van somewhere or you drive the truck somewhere. This applies to everybody. And you get out of the car, glasses fall off your head, fall off the floor and smash. You go, how am I going to get home? You're going to say, I'm going to get my brother to drive all the way up here and then drive me back. No, you ain't. No, you're going to wing it. Although a couple of people have said, like my wife has said, I wouldn't wing it. No way. I can't see the door without my glasses on. So it's like, yeah, but no, always carry 2 spares, a spare pair of glasses. If you've got 115 on your licence, it means you're an organ donor, but apparently I think the laws are changing and all that. And then we went for, if you look on the back of the licence, little categories, 101, 101, 109, there are 125 different codes. And kind of be wary of them, because you might think you're doing one thing and you can't. They're like, well, I can drive an Arctic. No, you can't. You can drive a trailer unit and drag. Not the same thing. You know, it's kind of be aware of the back of your licence. Then we went on to the police. People getting injured, people getting killed, possible defences for if you get called over by the police. Then we went through endorsements and qualifications. You know, speeding. Mobiles is a big one. They go on all the time about mobiles. Don't use the mobiles, guys. You're going to get stuffed. Sat navs also. I'll probably come up to that. Hang on. You can use a using a hands-free while driving. You can use a hands-free, but no touching or picking it up. So you've got the little things on the steering wheel. Click, make that happen, type thing. If you're using your phone as a sat nav, you know, kind of once again, set your hours. Make sure it's on the cradle. Make sure it's on the dash. Don't touch it. Don't put it anywhere where windscreen wipers go. They'll have you for that. If you've got to put it anywhere, put it below the level of the windscreen wipers or to the right hand side, so they can't have you. There's also, they recommended a Gymway truck sat nav, 7-inch screen, 50 quid on Amazon. Might think about giving that a go, but I want to try this Synergy app first, because that one's 50 quid. This one's free. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that was interesting. CBs are legal because they're a push to talk device. So you have to go Alpha Foxtrot or Tea Kettle Barbecue. And that's also why the police can use them. So you can turn around to the policeman and go, well, you're using your phone while driving. No, that's a push-to-talk device. Push-to-talk is legal. But it means also if you're using your CV, you can't get nicked. Wouldn't push it, but you can't. Then we went through speed cameras, different types of speed cameras. The other guy, there's another guy in there who's a green badge man, so obviously I'm in big awe of anyone who's ever done the knowledge. And I mentioned the fact that they've got cameras on the lampposts on the Heathrow Ring Road, and he said yes, they have, and they're like the size of a box Kleenex. These things are tiny, but he reckons they're not to do with the local authority. They've actually been put up by Heathrow, so whether they can find you or not, I don't know. Went through box junctions, red light cameras. We went through the traffic commissioners, what they do, and then finally we went on to operators, which I've obviously got spotlighted on because I'm going for mine at the moment, and just what you can do, what you can't do. And the one thing he said finally, he says, if you get out of the van, particularly if you're doing if you're above a 3.5, don't turn around and go, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to learn this, because you're snookering yourself. Just turn around, be polite, ever so sorry officer, what seems to be the problem, officer, and if you can give a reason why you've done it, which doesn't absolutely crucify you, then do. Otherwise just go, put your hands up and go, sorry. I hope you get away with it. Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm a free man, which means I've now got I can drive a 7.5 ton now, but I can't because I haven't got a digicard. I'm waiting for that to come through. I've done a video on how you get a digicard. That's going up next week, but I could drive one if it had an analog tacho, because I haven't got a digicard. I have, however, got my 5 certificates. I can print my 5 certificates off and say I have passed my CPC. I have attended. I've done the qualified hours. There it is. As it is, I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until the operators comes in. I'm going to wait until the digicard comes in. Then I'm going to buy a 7.5 tonner, and I'm going to let you know how it goes. In the meantime, for those of you that have got no interest in this whatsoever because you're just about the exchange, that's absolutely fine. Anyone who's thinking of doing it, you know where I am if you need me. I'm always happy to give any advice on it. And in the meantime, it's Friday and it's beer o'clock. So I'm not going to take any care or any money. I'm going to take some lager and have a nice refreshing drink with it. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Back on the exchange on Monday. Cheers.